Hi everyone, I'm Danny with the Answer Company, and we'll be taking a look at purchase requisitions within Acumatica. Purchase requisitions will show how to create, manage purchase order requisitions, approve the requisitions, and be able to send these to our vendors for bidding and then convert these into purchase orders as needed, as well as to be able to use the purchase requisitions for sales order quotes and finally into a sales order if that is the workflow that we want to be able to provide. Now, employees can go into the requisition screens to make requisitions for supplies and use these supplies internally, or materials can be requisitioned for jobs so that we can then also send out quotes and sales orders as well. So usually in a competitive environment, this is going to be helpful to us to get the best prices for our materials and supplies. So let's just jump right in here, and I'm going to go into my purchases workspace here, and I'm going to go and click on my tile to create a new purchase order requisition. Now, once I get into this purchase order requisition screen, what I'm going to do is click on creating a new purchase order requisition. And here, when we get into this screen here, there's going to be a date for me to enter in when this requisition was made and who the creator is. And in this case, I'm Maxwell Baker. And if this is going to be for a customer or for a job, I can specify who that customer or which the job is going to be for. I'm going to enter in one of my customers here, Baker Development. And in the description field here, this is going to be materials needed for a job. Now down below, I'm going to be able to then use my add items, where I can use a multi-select to be able to add items to my requisition, or I'm going to be able to go directly into the inventory ID here. I can type in what I want if I know what that item is, and then there it's going to be starting with my widget item here. Now, as these things like warehouse and descriptions fill in for me, I still have the ability here to make changes to the description if I want to add more details. And then here on the order quantity, I'm going to specify that I need 1,500 of these widgets, and the expected cost of these are going to be $200 each. System fills out for me what the extended cost is, and let me go ahead, save this. And once I've saved this, I'm going to now be able to send these to my vendors for bidding. But first, here on my shipping tab, I can specify if these are going to be shipped to my warehouse or if these are going to be drop shipped to my job site, in which I can make changes into this tab here as needed. I'm going to go straight to bidding, and on the bidding screen here, I'm going to enter in who the vendors are that are going to be sent a request for bidding. And I'll just add a couple of my vendors to here. And then once I've done that, now you'll see that I'm going to save it again. And I'm going to go ahead, remove the hold. And once this has been removed, I've got an approval process here built into my requisitions. And I'll go ahead and approve these because I have permissions to do so. And you see at the top here, the different workflow buttons will change for me. And now at this point here, I can now send these requests for proposals to my vendors. Go ahead, I'm going to click on the send requests, and from my vendor profiles, email addresses are set up so that now my vendors get a request for a proposal. And if I go up to the activities here, shows me under the activities that these emails have been sent. Now, once my vendors start giving me their proposals, I can now go into vendor responses. There, my go-to vendor has responded, and this is the line I've chosen. Here, I can select that I wanted to order 1,500 of these. They are requiring me to order all 1,500 of them for this price, and they're going to be bidding on the 1,500 quantity. Then there's going to be their bid cost, and they're going to be submitting $150 per piece. There, let me go ahead and save it. And when I go back to the previous screen, I can continue this process. to be able to get all my vendors' responses in there. And when I do so, here I can enter in another vendor response. And here, again, same screen. They're going to be bidding on the 1500 with the bid quantities of 1500. And here's the price that they're sending back to me. All right. So once that's done, let me go back into my requisitions, and under the requisitions, I can always go back up to my more menu, look at the bidding here, view who had sent me back the best proposal, whether this is by price or lead times, whatever the case is. There I can then check what the total is. I will select this vendor here. I'm going to go ahead, complete the bidding, and then back onto my requisitions tab here, I can go to the bidding, and it's going to be my go-to vendor, choose my vendor, and if I wanted, now I could send this requisition results to my customer through the more menu, create a quote, and once that's done, I can go into the sales order quotes tab here, see the quote, send the quote to my customer, as well as convert that into an actual sales order. So back on my requisitions screen here, on my purchase orders, I can then create the sales order from this screen once my customer has okayed that they want to be able to procure this for their job, for the materials, whichever the situation that I want. There's my purchase order. I can now drill down into my purchase orders and then run the purchase order process from this requisition screen. I hope this was helpful to you. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.